Their parking lot, all right?
All right, hey, I understand, Officer Ball.
Yeah.
Isn't that now? Maybe we're confused because we have all kinds of news telling us to stay in place, not move. All right, so yeah, we were freaking out.
No, this is Walmart property.
Yeah, we were headed down. I guess you got a mine called Ruck's Pit down here.
Okay.
We mined for gems and minerals.
Sure.
We were on our way, and we stopped here because we got a bunch of news things coming over to stay in place.
Okay.
So yeah, we have no place, no problem.
People are still traveling. You're allowed to travel. There's no curfew or anything.
We're concerned about. Is there any talk about that? Like, is it just like people talking?
Yeah, there's nothing about curfew yet. It could happen. There's a state of emergency. But
now we live on a tour bus.
Okay.
So if there's a curfew,
well, the best thing you can do is find a campground because you can't park in public park. You can't, if they've got a parking lot for a store, you're not allowed to park on their property, so they can have you trespass.
Well, anybody can have you trespass.
Yeah. I'm just
that's
saying,
property
so
rights.
they don't want you.
Yeah, property right. Yeah, but it is the first time. They usually talk to us before they have a cop come.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Because it's kind of like it's a use of tax dollars that doesn't need to be done. Like it's a private property, public access is a subsidized parking lot. So like this parking right here is paid for by tax dollars.
Right.
So now here you are tax dollars.
But it is Walmart property, so
kind of. But
it is theirs. So.
Well, it is, but subsidized is.
I understand.
So we're paying for it.
I get that. Yeah.
So it is kind of theirs, but it falls into
We're paid for the roads too, but there are certain laws you can't break on the road. So
understand, but private property with public access, because we go around and we do signature gathering petitions, and we do a lot of political things.
Okay.
So public access, because of the Pruneyard decision, which is it's a court case with the Supreme Court, it's treated a little differently. Because like if I wanted to come out here and say Bernie Sanders 2020 right here or Trump 2020 right here in this parking lot, they couldn't kick me out for it.
Right.
And where a lot of people don't know that, especially in Florida, they didn't know that. So we had a huge research project, and we had to go through several courts to try to teach people that. But yeah, hey, you just came here to tell me they want us to leave. We're gonna head on out.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
You have a good one now.
Have a good.
So we are here in the middle of the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic in Florida, in an area called St. Cloud, and we are headed down to get away from all the people to a mine called Ruck's Pit, and we decided to do some sign auditing during the coronavirus to see how people are responding when you're trying to get prepared for what the government is asking for 8 weeks of supplies, and no one's really prepared to do that. So apparently a lady came by, auditors, and decided that she wanted to call the cops, so I'm going to interview her real quick. So, we are here in St. Cloud, Florida. It is the 18th of March in 2020, and we're doing a sign audit concerning the coronavirus scare. So the government is asking everyone to stock up on 8 weeks worth of supplies. Well, most people don't have 8 weeks worth of supplies. I don't know if the stores have 8 weeks worth of supplies in them for everyone. But people like us and many other people don't have a budget to stock up on any supplies. So we live day to day, hand to mouth. We don't have any extra funding. So the audit today is a statement sign that says Unprepared for Coronavirus. And we want to see if the police are standing in between or standing in the way of people who are preparing for the coronavirus and possible curfews, and we've seen National Guard coming to Sacramento, and so I'm going to keep this on film, and we're going to capture this. So it's this vehicle right here. They made a phone call to the police. Let's go ahead and see what she said here. Hold on. Oh, she's taking off. Hey, how you doing? Let's talk. Can we talk? Did you call the cops? Okay, cool. Come talk. Let's talk. IR92LV. IR92LV. So, we are here in St. Cloud, Florida. It is the 18th of March in 2020, and we're doing a sign audit concerning the coronavirus scare. So the government is asking everyone to stock up on 8 weeks worth of supplies. Well, most people don't have 8 weeks worth of supplies. I don't know if the stores have 8 weeks worth of supplies in them for everyone. But people like us and many other people don't have a budget to stock up on any supplies. So we live day to day, hand to mouth. We don't have any extra funding. So the audit today is a statement sign that says unprepared for coronavirus. And we want to see if the police are standing in between or standing in the way of people who are preparing for the coronavirus and possible curfews. And we've seen National Guard coming to Sacramento, and so I'm going to keep this on film and we're going to capture this. So he's turning around. I'm going to get in position here. Go ahead and capture this on film.
Right of way, and I'm not panhandling.
Okay, there's people saying that you went up to...
No, there's a lady who called...
I went up to that girl's car to ask her if she wanted to call the police. Could we talk? Because we are doing an audit, and right now you have a quarantine going on. The government is asking people to buy things.
Okay.
Buying things is impossible for some people. So that's something that's a health concern. So we're doing an audit to find out if the state is both asking us to buy things and coming against people who are expressing a not a panhandling, not solicitation, but to say unprepared for quarantine. The whole nation's unprepared.
Let me step out. Hold on.
Yeah. Because the whole nation's unprepared for quarantine.
In fact, the lady actually stopped in a whole line of traffic way back there and walked up here to scream at me.
So before you get in the conversation, the first thing we need is we're talking to Officer G. I'm not trying this. Dio Leo?
Yep.
Okay, just like it says. Dio Leo. And your badge number is?
2195.
Two what?
2195.
219. What does 258 mean?
That's my actual badge number. We don't do badge numbers. We do city employee ID numbers.
Oh, gotcha. So you're okay. So what goes on here, and to explain a little further, is why I was sitting here waiting. In America, solicitation is one thing. Yeah, you can solicit by holding a sign that says we'll work for food. You can solicit by holding a sign that asks for anything. What you cannot come against is First Amendment protected speech, which includes political agenda. In this case, what we're dealing with is a nation is unprepared for a virus, a pandemic, the biggest pandemic in 100 years. So when we travel around the country, and we do this everywhere in the country, we gather data. This data particularly is how people are reacting when someone mentions the coronavirus and possible quarantines and things like that. And are the police being used to prevent the poorest? Because poorest people can't afford anything. Mm-hmm. So we're clear they can't afford anything. They can, however, by law, put a statement on a sign and stand in the right of way. That's never been illegal in any state in this country. Matter of fact, every state that tried to make an ordinance against it, or municipality, not state, but because that's penal code, but any municipalities have been shot down by Supreme Court because you can't do that.
Okay.
Now, people can call the cops. There's no restrictions. I can call 911 right now, and cops might show up. Yeah, when I went up to her.
Okay, so I let you guys talk. I'm gonna do talking now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So depending on what the sign says, it does look like it is asking.
No, it doesn't. Show me the sign, because there's no way that
I can't listen, man. I didn't interrupt you. I can't go back and forth arguing with you.
But unprepared for quarantine doesn't have a question. If you think that's solicitation, you tell me where the solicitation is, because I can define it for you out of your own Unicode.
I did not say that. I thought it was.
Okay, so you sounded like you're moving into that.
If you let me finish, then we can probably get some.
Okay, gotcha.
If we're gonna do this thing where we're arguing back and forth.
Well, the nation needs to know where their rights end and where laws begin. That's something that we need to know very specifically, where rights end and laws begin.
I'm just letting you know, unless you guys have a solicitation permit.
We're not soliciting.
Okay, that's fine. I'm letting you guys know.
Is a solicitation permit?
If it's unattainable, it's not even legal. But I don't know about this area. I haven't checked on it. I'll call at City Hall and see if they have something that travelers can get when they come through. But no permit that you can't get is enforceable. So
If they don't have
a permit's a
you can't
tax.
say you gotta go get a permit.
Yeah, a permit is a tax. If you cannot obtain it, it's not an enforceable permit. So some places will say you need a permit.
The reason why I'm here is because there was somebody who said that you guys were asking them for money. So,
Never.
Yeah.
That lady, she just saw us out here with the sign, and she called.
I'm just giving you guys a warning that there is a city ordinance violation for soliciting.
Well, she saw a cardboard and automatically connected that.
But that's the question.
But unless I went and said, "Do you have some money?"
Yeah.
That's not asking.
Yeah.
For money.
We understand aggressive panhandling.
Yeah,
we
I'm just
understand
letting you know that
society's issues with aggressive panhandling. You have to understand that. We understand that.
Okay.
But we don't understand.
I'm not doing this all day with you, all right?
We don't have to do it. I mean, it's been like
parked in the middle of the road.
2 minutes and 13 seconds.
I'm not doing this with you. You just keep talking over me. There's a city ordinance violation.
But we don't need to know about what we already know about.
There's a city ordinance violation for soliciting.
I'll read it for you if you want me to.
There was somebody who said that you guys were out here soliciting. If we get another call, then you guys will be issued a city ordinance violation for soliciting.
The only way we can see a judge is if you order one. So go ahead.
Okay.
Like we can't even see a judge unless you, unless you ticket us, we can't see a
Do you guys
judge.
have any questions for me?
If you want to let us see a judge and talk about this, we love on the record conversations.
Okay. Did you have any other questions for me?
No.
Okay.
We didn't call you.
Have a question for me, buddy? You raised your hand.
Do you talk to police? Okay. My son doesn't talk to police.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else? No? Okay. Have a good day, guys.
Take care now. Yeah, she was mad, but the problem is, where do rights end and laws begin? Because there has to be a balance. That's where the scales are. So as you see, the cops don't want to talk about it. They know they're wrong. They know they're not allowed to do what they're doing, but they do it anyway. I think this is going to be him right here. So I want to get back in position here and capture this one too. This is Cruiser 379, and I'm gonna get over here and capture this. Situation. This is a second cop now. Here's your second cruiser.
What's that?
I was telling my auditors the second cruiser to stop by.
Yeah, we can't be out here doing this unless you got a license.
You absolutely can. It's not solicitation.
Hey, sir,
No.
I know you're recording me and all that, but you can't do it because you're
Can't do what?
soliciting.
First off, what's your badge and your name?
Officer Dieterle.
Officer Dieterle. What's your badge number?
My badge number.
Yeah, or your badge number's on your shield, or you can give me your employer ID number, which is a 4-digit number.
You got my name, that's good. But you can't be doing that, all right?
Doing what?
Right there. What are you
No, right there. What is he doing? Unprepared for quarantine. What is he doing wrong?
Oh, okay. I thought you were soliciting for money.
No.
Oh.
But that's the problem, is that we have seen the anti-panhandling sentiment move into a violation of rights. So we're auditors.
I'm not going to get into debate about rights and all that.
We have to. We're Americans.
Oh, I understand.
Right? You enforce laws. We enforce rights.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get into that.
So if there's a law we're breaking, we're happy to talk to about it with the judge because we don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just letting you know you can't be for money though.
You cannot solicit. You cannot ask for something.
Yeah. That I didn't know
Yes.
I didn't know what the sign was.
I read the ordinance. See, cities have tried to make it illegal to hold a sign.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court has shot it
You're
down.
going to get us coming out here all the time.
We're going to audit you the entire time and see how many times you lie to us, because that's not illegal.
Yeah.
So if you don't investigate,
Right now, you're saying I lied to you?
well, you came up here and said you can't be doing that, but you
Well, I didn't see what the sign said, so there
you didn't intentionally lie. You didn't intentionally lie. I get you that. I'll give you that.
So-
I'll give you that. Yeah, people call the cops.
Were you guys just asked to leave Walmart earlier? Was that your guys' bus?
I don't answer questions, man.
What do you mean? I answer questions for you, though.
Yeah, but you're a public servant. You're paid by tax dollars. Just like the Walmart parking lot is covered by tax dollars.
Well, it's private property.
But yeah, but it is covered by tax dollars.
But if they ask you to leave, you gotta leave.
Yeah, for sure, we left, but it's subsidized by tax dollars.
Yeah, but-
I don't think America knows this. America, you need to know that your Walmart parking lots are paid for by $7.8 billion in tax credits and tax abatements. Matter of fact, this Walmart right here in St. Cloud took $1.8 million in tax abatements to cover their expenses. So you pay for Walmart, guys. Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good day then.
You take care.
Make sure you're drinking water though.
Oh yeah, we're literally doing this intentionally. A lot of people are
Doing it just to harass us.
No, a lot of people are unprepared for this coronavirus. They're quarantining the country.
Oh, I
So
don't realize that.
if they're telling us to stock up supplies, yet they're quarantining the country. Here's a third one.
What's up, man? You already came over? Somebody already came and checked out. I'm not hanging out.
Yes. So no, let's ask the public law enforcement though, because let's say let's put it in a different perspective. Let's say someone is extremely poor, right, to where they need to have a sign up. They're not soliciting, but they're saying they're unprepared for quarantine, which is not something anybody knows about. We didn't get like pre-warned about quarantine. Let's say they are. Now they don't have anything to go into quarantine, right? They don't have the things they need. They can't go to work. Work shut down. How do you as law enforcement expect the poorest people in this country to prepare for a health epidemic, a pandemic, if you're enforcing laws that prevent them from even making a statement sign to their community? How do you expect to do that? Because in New York, I can tell you that Cuomo brought in the National Guard. In San Francisco, Cuomo. Yeah. I can't say his name, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like Cuomo, whatever. But that guy. So they have different deals. Now here, we are in fear that there'll be curfews and quarantine going on. Now, since we live in a tour bus while we're across the way from our house,
What do you guys do? What do you do?
we did this. We audit America.
Oh,
we were one of the very first auditors of America. So 8 years ago, we started auditing public officials.
Here? Or?
Cincinnati, Ohio, originally. We started auditing public officials 8 years ago, and we started a channel, and that channel has now gone really
What's
big.
your channel?
Auditing America. And
Is it on YouTube?
well, we have YouTube. We also are part of Photography is Not Crime, which is also, they have their own channels too, or their own websites.
Right.
And then we work with the ACLU as a civilian investigators. So we did that. I started 8 years ago, and what we do is we try to observe and protect civilian rights when they're being infringed upon by laws, because that's what the scales are. The scale of justice. One scale is for rights, the other scale is for law. If you didn't know, that's what the symbol means. So we have to have someone balance them out. Since there's a lot of people like in your position that are promoting law enforcement, which is fine, which is great.
Right.
There has to be some kind of people out there pushing for rights enforcement. I mean, you can't have one if not the other, or the scales go, and you can't have that. So that's what we fill the gaps in. But we appreciate what y'all do. Trust me, if I had a bad guy, I don't want to try to face it myself. So
Check out Alpha 5. Excellent.
y'all take care, man. Stay frosty out there, cops. Behind us. So we're capture this officer. How's it going?
What's up, man?
So you running a David check?
What check?
Driver and vehicle information database check?
No, I'm not.
And so why would you pull us in this particular spot in this lane in a private lot?
Looking at the bus?
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's been a lot of work building it up.
My brother had one just like it.
Oh, no, all right. Well, that makes sense.
Not all painted like that, but he had one just like it.
We didn't paint it up till we got to Arizona, and we painted it up while we were down there. So yeah.
So you guys hit all states?
We haven't got all 50. We've gotten 39. You know, this state's not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be when it comes to like what we've seen. You know, it is civilians here are from New England. A lot of them are, and New England has some really strict laws on poor people. Unfortunately, that's the way and we have a lot of audits up there. So what we see in Florida are a lot of people who come down.
What's the name of your thing now?
Auditing America.
I just want to see if it's...
And our that's the big one. Our particular one, if you want to look at our specific channel, is American Culture.
American Culture?
Yeah, all caps on the CULT. And you can see stuff locally in what we're doing here. And the other cop just pulls up. So let's see what he's talking about. Hey, how's it going?
You've been evicted from another parking lot.
There's no way. We just shopped here, and I just talked to your other guy who stopped too.
Manager Ron just told me he wants you guys out of here.
Did you call him?
No.
Broken a deal. So Manager Ron just called you out of nowhere. We've been here 10 minutes. He wants us out of here.
He does. He says he wants you guys out of here. Right?
Manager Ron?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you're Officer Heller?
Yes, sir.
We'll leave. We're gonna park on the right of way now. You know that, right?
249.
We're gonna be right here in the right of way. We'll see if the city kicks us out of the right of way. See how it happens.
Sounds good.
All right. So you see what they're trying now. Manager Ron apparently with the Home Depot kicked us out. We both know that Manager Ron didn't call him. They called Manager Ron and brokered that deal. But you know, I got to do what I have to do. So that's what he's doing. That's a dog. They're playing games.